Hey guys, welcome back to Holly's Garage. My name is Charlie and today we are going to be redoing this little dresser that my client gave to me. You can see that the drawers, they work really well. Oh my gosh, right as I'm saying that. They work well, okay? It's got some missing veneer up here. It's got missing veneer throughout, missing just wood in general. So we're gonna have to fix that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started by removing all of this hardware, and then we're gonna get to cleaning and sanding and the rest of it. So here's a closer look at the dresser. It's made of veneered plywood, and here is the veneer that I said was missing on the side and also the front. But let's get back to removing the hardware. Did that do something to it? Ooh, money. Goodies from the dresser. Need my scrubber. My scrubber. After cleaning, I like to give everything a really good scuff sand with my orbital sander and a 120 grit. So we're going to be stripping these drawers down here, and then for that we're going to be using this de-super remover. You're going to put it on with a chip brush, and then you're going to grab your steel wool and your mineral spirits or lacquer thinner, and then you're going to just scrub off the excess. So I'm just going to open this here. Oh no, it's child locked. Oh. Let's just take it. So after we applied all this stripper, we put on some of this plastic wrap, and we're just going to let it sit for about 15 to 20, maybe 30 minutes, and then we're going to scrape it all off. Wow. So I think I could have used a little bit more stripper because it was getting really sticky and a little bit hard for me to remove. So whenever that happens, I like to reach for my Richard scraper, and that way I can get most of the stripper off. Whenever I'm using a scraper, I have to be really careful not to gouge the wood because that thing's pretty sharp. So now I'm just using some mineral spirits to clean up all that sticky residue off of the drawers, but in my experience, I think that lacquer thinner has actually worked the best for me. So these drawers have been sitting overnight, just waiting for the mineral spirits to dry. As you can see, the stripper took a lot of the existing finish off, but I'm just gonna get the rest with my, my sander here, and then I'm gonna put on a fresh 180 grit sand net. Just gonna slap that on, put my mask on, and we'll get started. need to do a little repair on this missing patch of veneer here, so right now I'm just using my knife to clean up those jagged edges. Next, I'm putting on a piece of tape where that missing veneer is, and then I'm just shading with a pencil so then I know exactly what kind of shape I need to cut out. And then I put that piece of tape on a new piece of veneer, and then I can match the shape accordingly. You might have to make a couple adjustments, but when you have it right, just stick it on with some glue, some tape, and a clamp. I'm fixing this piece of lifting veneer on the drawers here just with some wood glue and a little bit of floss just to help me get it in there. I learned about this little floss trick over on Instagram, so if you haven't followed me there yet, then be sure to do so because I update a little bit more frequently. So a good tip for when you're fixing your damage is to put a little bit of tape or just mark off where you've got your damage. It'll focus. Got some damage here, and then I just used some painter's tape to kind of just remind myself where every little bit is that I need to fix, so I don't forget. So today we'll be using Bondo to kind of fill in those cracks and those missing veneer spots, and it's actually a car filler, so you know it's really strong. It comes in like a cream form, and then you add in this little cream hardener. That's the red stuff you see. You mix it all up until it's one homogeneous color, and then you just apply it. And this stuff dries really quickly, so you gotta work fast. When the Bondo dried, I sanded everything down smooth, and I actually had to do another round of Bondo to get it all flat and even. The next day, I sanded down my Bondo again, as well as some wood filler, and after that, we're ready to work on the drawers. So my client had asked me to lighten this wood, but before I can do that, see how it has like red tones running through it, I'm gonna try to neutralize it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna green wash it, and then since since green is the opposite of red, it'll kind of cancel out those red tones. So here we go. I know it looks kind of scary because it's so opaque, and not to mention it's green, but this really helps in canceling out those red tones. And I'm going to try to work fast so that I can wipe off immediately, because I don't want this thing to actually turn green. So I've already gone ahead and put a green wash on these to kind of cancel out the red. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put on this beige wash, which is just a bunch of beige-ish paints that mix together, and then I added some water. So now I'm just going to paint it on, and then I'm going to wipe it off with the shop towel. We're knocking off that old base because we're going to build her a new one, but the front apron of the old base was 2 pieces of wood glued together, and it would not come apart no matter how hard I tried. I used an oscillating tool, but that started smoking on me. I had used a pole saw, and that didn't work as well as I wanted, so then I just had to slowly chisel my way out of there. And after about 45 minutes, I finally won the battle against these 2 pieces of wood.
There we go. I think that's it.
It's time to build the base, and I got to use the miter saw, which is always a lot of fun. Next, I drilled some pocket holes into the wood so that I can attach the legs to it, and then also the base itself to the dresser. But before I can attach all the pieces together, I'm going to beige wash it in the same paint wash that I had used on the drawers earlier, just so that it matches everything perfectly. So now it is finally time to start priming the body, and I'm just going to use my Kills primer in the spray can. This is much faster than rolling on. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that this is my favorite way to prime. So the primer is dry, and now I'm just going to go in with this really pretty color called Sandstone Cliffs by Behr. I'm using my paint gun today, and I love how smooth the paint comes out, but with most paints you're probably going to have to water it down or else it might spit a little bit on you. And even though I'm outside, because I am so close to the spray that's coming out, you always want to try to wear a respirator. I did 3 coats of color on the body before moving on to poly. And I'm not going to be tinting my poly today because I've got 2 different colors going on. So as we're waiting for the poly to dry now, I'm just going to clean up the handles with some Barkeeper's Friend before moving inside the whole unit to apply some clear wax to the base. Now to attach the base onto the body of the dresser, we used Craig branded pocket screws to put into the pocket holes that we made earlier. I like to kind of put some clear wax onto the screws just to make it slide in a little bit easier and to prevent cracking. To finish the project, I always like to wax my drawer glides just so that the drawers can go in and out more smoothly. I'm using the same wax inside of the drawers just to freshen up that wood. So the dresser is finally done. I think it looks really good. It's definitely one of my favorite flips I think I've done so far. I love the color of the wood that I was able to achieve, and the base really makes this dresser stand out. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. I am done for now. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you in the next one.